This video will show the proper method for assembling Earl's PTFE SpeedFlex hose and speed seal fittings. We offer hose and hose fittings for the following vehicle systems: brake systems in Dash 3 and 4AN, power steering systems in Dash 4 and 6AN, oil systems in Dash 3, 4, 6, 8, and 10AN, and fuel systems in Dash 4, 6, 8, and 10AN. Please note that only the Dash 6, Dash 8, and Dash 10 hose is carbon lined. Begin by identifying whether you are using coated or non-coated hose. The assembly method differs slightly between the two variations, so be sure to follow the instructions accordingly. All SpeedFlex hose Dash 8 and smaller is constructed with mil-spec 40 thousandths wall and should only be used with Earl's speed seal fittings, which are designed for use with this thicker wall hose. Most of our competitors use the less than ideal 30 thousandths wall hose. Using their fittings on Earl's speed seal hose will result in failure. For best results, use only Earl's fittings with Earl's hose. Earl's utilizes a 30 thousandths wall with our Dash 10 hose only. Extensive testing has proven that this is an optimal thickness for use in Dash 10 hose. The competition's thinner 30 thousandths wall hose is not recommended for long-term use on power steering applications due to the lower burst rating. Earl's carries conductive fuel hose. Our SpeedFlex PTFE hose is available in Dash 6, Dash 8, and Dash 10 sizes. It is important to note that PTFE hose has a carbon layer applied to the inside diameter of the hose. This layer allows static charges generated by fuel passing through the hose to be transferred to the fittings and then safely grounded into the vehicle. This is the only hose that should be used with fuels. If you do not have carbon-lined PTFE hose with stainless braid, you do not have a fuel-safe hose. Non-carbon hose should be used for hydraulic or pneumatic applications only. Earl's offers a wide variety of hose ends based on proven mil-spec designs used in spacecraft, aircraft, and professional motorsports worldwide. Bent tube and forged fittings are available in a variety of sizes, from Dash 3 through Dash 10, in either nickel-plated steel, 304 stainless steel, or a combination of red and blue or black aluminum construction, with all critical items made from 2024 T8 alloy. Let's begin with the approved methods for cutting SpeedFlex hose. For best results, we recommend the use of a circular style cutting wheel, such as Earl's cutting hose machine, part number D100ERL. A bandsaw or cutoff wheel will also do the job. Be sure to move swiftly through the cut to prevent overheating of the hose. Never use a hacksaw or hose shears to cut SpeedFlex hose. First, I'll show you the correct method of assembling Earl's coated hose. Earl's offers speed seal coated hose in your choice of clear in Dash 3, black in Dash 3 through Dash 6, or smoke jacket, which has a carbon fiber appearance, in Dash 3. Start by skiving or removing the protective coating from the outer part of the hose. This is best accomplished using a sharp utility knife. Begin by removing a portion of the hose coating equal to the length of the socket portion of the fitting you are installing. Do this by rolling the hose 360 degrees while at the same time applying downward pressure with your knife. Then slice the coating starting from the spot of the 360 degree cut completely to the end of the hose. Now simply peel the coating away from the hose and discard. Next, it is necessary to blossom or fray the outer braid from the hose. Do this by bumping the end of the cut hose against a step in your vise or with the help of a small flat blade screwdriver. Be careful not to damage the hose liner when using the screwdriver method. Now position and secure the socket in your vise, being careful not to over-tighten or crush the socket. Slowly roll the hose while applying pressure towards the socket. It may be helpful to use a flat blade screwdriver or pliers to help coax the braid into the socket. Once the braid is completely within the socket, slowly rotate the hose clockwise until the socket is fully installed onto your hose. If you are assembling uncoated SpeedFlex hose, the first step will be to install the socket onto the hose and then blossom or flare the outer braid of your hose. Follow the remaining steps for the assembly of both coated and non-coated hoses. Now position the olive onto the liner portion of the hose, being sure not to trap any braid strands between the olive and the liner itself. Completely install the olive onto the hose liner by firmly pressing against a flat surface. Be sure that the liner has bottom against the back of the olive before proceeding to the next step. To prevent tearing the hose liner, use Earl's reaming tool. This will help chamfer and clean up the approach when installing your hose onto the fitting's nipple. Secure your fitting in a vise by lining up both hexes when using a straight fitting. Bent tube and forged fittings should be secured by the center nut during the assembly process. Apply a drop of Earl's assembly oil to the threads and then push the hose onto the nipple of your fitting until it's fully seated. Rotate the socket clockwise with your fingers to engage the threads and prevent cross-threading. Now tighten the socket assembly and torque until hand tight using the appropriate size wrench. If it is necessary to index your speed seal fittings, always rotate in a counterclockwise direction on the center nut only. Rotating in the wrong direction can break the socket to center nut seal and cause failure. Secure bent tube fittings using the brazed journal portion of the fitting and forged fittings by the flats when indexing. Be sure to clean out and pressure test all hose assemblies using our Earl's pressure test kit, part number D016ERL, before final installation. Your hose assembly is now complete. For more information and videos on any of our products, visit the website at holley.com.